Hey guys, welcome to whatever this is. I am Delaney, and today I kind of know what I want to talk about. Most of my videos, I would say so far, all of them have been designed to uplift you guys, the viewers, right? Um, I've had a couple of videos on here that were just myself being very real, discussing things that were bothering me. And I think today that's going to be another, it's going to be kind of the way that I go. Um, so today I'm working at home again on my bathroom. I've got it just about done completely. And my partner decided to go to the mall here. And this mall is downstairs, or downstairs, same thing. Um, and it's known for kind of being a rougher area, right? I mean, it's downtown, it's low income, it's a whole bunch of people who don't have time to talk to anybody because they're too professional and um, therefore better than everybody else. And then you have the people who are down on their luck, the homeless people, the drug addicts. And here in Regina, we just got a new task force set up at this mall that is in charge of security. Basically, it's a bunch of special constables, and I don't know what their scope of work is really. Anytime I see them, they're usually all stuck in their little office or they're huddled together in the main area in the mall, chatting and having coffee. Today, my partner was down there, and as she was leaving the parkade, um, there was a homeless person. I can't say homeless because I don't know, but I do know they were an addict, and they were overdosing right in the crosswalk um, leading to the mall. And on the sidewalk was a security guard watching the overdose in progress. My partner and her friend came out of the parkade and seen what was going on, and first of all tried to get the security guard to do something, but the security guard ignored them, so they had to get out of their vehicle and help this person. I guess probably they called the ambulance too. I don't think the security guard did much at all at this situation, and it took 7 minutes for EMS to show up. And guess what? An ambulance didn't even come. They just poured this guy into the back of a police cruiser and left. Oh, I got somebody at the door. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry. Um, yeah, so they dumped this guy into the back of a police cruiser, and that's the end of the story, right? Um, I hope he got help. I don't know if he did or not. Um, for all we know, he was probably dropped off in a back alley 2 blocks away. That's kind of my opinion of law enforcement here in this city. Um, but kind of what I want to talk about is addiction and how we have been not dealing with it here. And I know that my viewpoint on this is going to so here's the thing. My city has a bunch of hillbilly rednecks who haven't thought for themselves in the last 100 years. Um, they're the most vocal here. They're the ones that are walking around all the time. And they're definitely the ones who jump on posts like this and are excited to voice their opinions, I guess. They're useless. Saskatchewan here, we just got rid of all of the safe consumption sites for drug use, but not for alcohol. We still got all the bars open, and as far as I can see, they're opening more on every block every day. But how we deal with addiction, it has to be dealt with on an individual level at some point, right? The individual has to want to get help. But I watched a TED Talk not too long ago, and I'm not sure what the name of this one was, but there was an experiment done back in the 70s with rats, with cocaine and water. And it was a very interesting study in the fact that they found out that when rats were properly socialized and had things to do, and could live a happy, meaningful life, they didn't want to be addicted. But if they were stuck in the cell by themselves, almost 100% of them eventually overdosed. They had the choice to have the drugs when they had friends and things to do too, but they chose not to use them. So that kind of brings me to a point that I don't hear a lot of talk about in society, is how it's a societal issue, and how to fix this drug problem, this addiction problem that we have, people, we really have to start loving the addict. It's not easy to do. These people aren't lovable in the condition that they're in, right? They are. I believe they are. There's hope for everybody. Nobody is inherently bad, I don't believe. But because of circumstances in their life and a choice or two that went the wrong way, here we are. And the problem's getting worse, folks. It's becoming a real problem here. I remember as a child, I would hear of addiction addicts, but I would hear of one dying every, I don't know, maybe a year, right? In all fairness, I only had 2 TV channels, and I lived in a rural area, so the chances of those overdoses being a bit higher are fairly good, right? But nowadays, we're in a province of just over 1 million people, and we're having 1 overdose per day. And we're taking the supervised consumption sites away. It kind of makes it look like our government just wants to kind of overdose them into oblivion. The problem with that logic is that the politicians in power are going to experience this with their children and grandchildren eventually. They're going to become addicts because Grandpa didn't do anything. I don't want to speak any names here, but our premier is a piece of crap. Hasn't had much good to do with social growth in this province. Keeps talking about economy and recently healthcare, because it's a hot topic here. Healthcare is shit too, but they start talking about it, and they came up with a plan that they came up with, I think it was 12 or 14 years ago, and I'm not sure what happened to that plan. I think it just got locked in a closet somewhere and forgot maybe, but somebody opened that closet, and now they're talking about it again, which is fantastic, except the patient first experience is already kind of falling apart, because the capital of the province now can't deal with severely sick infants. They have to travel 2.5 hours to Saskatoon, which has a hospital that can actually facilitate dealing with them. What kind of country, province do we live in where the capital isn't actually equipped to deal with the issues in the province? So back to addiction. Sorry, I kind of got sidetracked on that a little bit. We as a society have got to start loving the addict. The reason they're addicts to begin with is because they missed out on love and connection as a child and never learned how to cope with their feelings because of it. You guys, I don't want to say 100% of you, but 80% of you watching have no idea how freaking close you are to being that guy on the crosswalk today. It's absolutely ridiculous how quick it can happen to you. And absolutely go ahead and say, not me. I am all for that. Good for you, not you. Wait till your grandchildren, are in school. It starts young, elementary school now. So enjoy that while you do nothing right now. And be you. Be relentless with it. Be selfish with it. There's nothing more important in this whole life than being you in every situation that you find yourself in. If you don't, you're going to be like these politicians and find out in a few years that you really should have followed this advice.